Researchers have opened a well-preserved mummy in Peru with some unusual findings under the wrappings. National Geographic grantee and anthropologist Kit Nelson and Peruvian archaeologist Arturo Ruiz Estrada discovered the undisturbed mummy bundle buried in a tomb on the north-central coast of Peru last year. Nelson says the mummified male was an elite figure in the Chancay culture that occupied the area from about 1000 to 1500 AD. They unwrapped the body last month. Like most mummies from Peru's central coast, the mummy was encased in multiple layers of exquisite textiles, some tied or sewn with cotton string, and some tied in knots.
And then we have all of the strings that are sewn, have basically sewn up the pieces of textile. So it's sewn this layer shut. And they also are all tied into this main knot.
As the researchers peeled away each layer of textile, there were findings along the way, what Nelson refers to as offerings placed between layers. The team also found several bundles wrapped in gauze-like material containing a bright red plant and pieces of metal, and an empty woolen bag and loop of yarn in the mummy's right hand, which was painted red. But perhaps the most startling discovery came when they removed the wrappings over the man's face.
So they would have placed painted his face red first, put down a thin layer of cotton, laid down the metal, laid down another thin layer of cotton, and then textile.
A piece of metal over each eye and in the mouth, perhaps made of silver and copper. The presence of metal, Nelson says, indicates the mummy is probably a person of significant status within the Chancay community. Yet another offering was found next to the head, a 12-inch long wooden figurine dressed just like the mummy, and its carved face was painted red, also like the mummy's. Nelson says this is the first adult Chancay mummy excavated by anthropologists. Others have likely been looted for their textiles. The findings will help anthropologists learn more about the Chancay, a significant community in Peru's pre-Columbian history, of which little is known.